Okay, the lesson for today is lines of best fit. And so quickly, this is just an introduction to lines of best fit. So line of best fit is the line that comes closest to all the data points in the set. And so a couple things that are pretty important here is that the line of best fit for our cases right now is going to mean the same thing as the least squares line and the same thing as line of regression. So you will hear us and you will read on your paper these three things, but they all mean the same thing, okay? These three words, we're going to refer to them as the same thing during this year and when you read them on paper, okay? We're going to find it two ways. We're going to find the line of best fit by hand, and then we're going to find it using a calculator, okay? So the first way we're going to talk about finding the line of best fit is by hand, all right? So here are some examples. Write down maybe two of them, okay? You can sketch them out quickly. Sketch two graphs. Make sure you write those down, and then the rest of them you can just watch, okay? So basically, every time we make a line of best fit by hand, we're going to be looking at a scatter plot, okay? A scatter plot, we've got dots every which way, and we want to draw a line, basically, that goes through those dots and that is the closest as possible to all of the dots, okay? So this could be a lot of different ways here. So we're going to, let's use this big red line, and let's draw a line that we would say goes closest as we can possibly get to all of the dots. That shows the general trend, the overall trend of the data. So all of these data points, okay, are going to be around the line, okay? Now, obviously, two people might draw two slightly different lines of best fit, okay, but they will always be similar, okay? So let's say, for example, someone drew their red line, it was a little bit lower, okay, or one side of it was tilted up a little bit differently. Let's say someone drew a line of best fit that looked something like this, and it went differently. Maybe it was close to that. Well, both of those could be right, okay? Obviously, when we're drawing them by hand, there's a chance for error, or there's a chance for a little bit of leeway to do it differently or to draw it a little bit differently, okay? So either way, this is a positive. It has positive correlation, and that one of those blue or red line would be the line of best fit, okay? Next example is here, and this one's a little more scattered. Obviously, there's data collection all over the place, so the line of best fit I would draw would be somewhere around this, okay? That would probably be a good line of best fit somewhere in there. It shows that there's positive correlation, okay, for the future, okay? So those two examples that we just did, I want you to draw those two down, draw a line of best fit through there, okay? We use a line of best fit to predict the future, okay? I can basically, what we're going to be doing in class is finding the equation of the red line and then using that red line to predict any future values of the graph that we're looking for, okay? Here's a couple more quickly. Let's do a line of best fit for these. Let's say here's a line of best fit. This line of best fit would go something like that, okay? Obviously, that's a pretty good line of best fit considering those red dots are pretty close together to begin with, okay? Here's another. Here's 6 examples. Quickly, we can draw a line of best fit for each one of these, okay? So let's do the ones that are easy. This one's pretty easy. That's a good line of best fit, okay? This one's pretty easy. That's a good line of best fit going down. This one is even a good line of best fit, believe it or not, because it would go up something like that, okay? Not perfect, but basically gives you a way to predict the future, okay? This one right here is pretty good. That's a good line of best fit, basically straight up and down. It's a line that goes through the dots. This one's straight left and right, okay? But it gives you a good prediction. And then a problem here that we do have is this graph right here. There's really no correlation, okay? No correlation, and when there's no correlation, there's no line of best fit, okay? And so you could write no line of best fit, or we really would not even ask you the question to draw a line of best fit when there's no correlation or no general trend in the data, okay? And then the last thing here is that we'll discuss how to find a line of best fit tomorrow. using a calculator in class, okay? Make sure you bring a calculator to class tomorrow if you have it somewhere, okay? But that's your lesson for today. That's what lines of best fit are.